Hi, this is Matthew Williams, author of Something Changed, Stumbling Through Divorce, Dating and Depression. And today I want to talk about something that I get asked quite often, which is whether I get scared that depression will come back. Now, I had two very severe episodes of depression in 2006 and 2013. Now, after the first one, I was convinced it could never happen again. Never happen to me again. I believed I'd learned a lot about myself and about depression, and I guess I got complacent really about it. The other thing that happened since the first depression is that I'd had children. I somehow thought that they would insulate me from it, that having them in my life would mean that, the reason to be here, having them would always, would prevent anything like that happening again. And I was wrong. It hit me again. And one of the other things I found, I'd always thought that if it came back, it wouldn't be as bad because I knew it got better and it could be overcome. And I was surprised to find that wasn't the case when I was ill again. It was almost harder in a lot of ways because I knew at that point exactly what was happening to me, but the fact that it still happened, it almost made me feel like, well, I'll never beat it then because it came back. But despite that, in answer to the original question, no, I'm not scared that it'll come back. And I think there's a few reasons for that. Since that second depression, I've learnt a lot more about myself. I've been through an awful lot, which, in spite of that, I've never come close to being where I was during those two periods. I mean, I've had rough times and I've been in not the best of places. Don't get me wrong. But nothing comparable to really hitting that bottom point that I reached before. And I suppose the reasons that I believe I haven't hit that point again, the reason why I'm not scared of getting it again, I guess what I'd kind of pass on to anybody that might kind of be fearing that, is that because of the things that I've been through and I feel I'm developing a greater sense that whatever happens in life, I'll deal with it, and I see the difficult times as temporary now, in a way that maybe I certainly when I was suffering with depression, I mean, it just takes over you and you don't see it that way, but yeah, I have that sense, that real deep sense now that I'll deal with anything. And I think the other thing as well is that I believe the saying, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And I know I have through the counselling I've had. I know I have changed in a lot of ways. And yeah, change fundamentally your character and your nature. But I've learned to, I guess, accept and manage that in a way that maybe I didn't before. The kind of self-awareness that you can get out of depression is a really valuable thing I've found. I think one of the things with depression and you can't, certainly I can't, put my finger on, well, it was that thing that caused it and it was that thing that made it better. Brilliant, that's it, it's all sus now. It doesn't really work like that. I think it is, it's a complex thing, but I certainly think that I don't have that fear that it'll return. I don't feel that it's inevitable. It might do. That's always a possibility. I never thought I'd get it in the first place, but I did. But the flip side of that is that life will, I'll have ups and downs again. I hope I don't go back into that full depression that I've been in before. But as much as life will have its difficult parts, I've got no doubt life will have many more fantastic things ahead for me, in the same way that I've had just amazing experiences this last few years, and a lot of them directly because of those really tough times that I have been through. And I think that's another thing that I guess is something I always hang on to now in difficult times. I never get that sense of hopelessness, because yeah, I believe that those days ahead very, very deeply. So ultimately, whatever happens, I'll be okay. And I suppose that's a message I want to send out for people that might be struggling or worried that they may be going down that track. That ultimately, there are things that you can do to protect yourself, to help yourself. That'll be different for all of us. We all have to find our own way through it and find what works for us. But you can do that. And I hope that this might help someone somewhere a little. And until next time, thank you. Bye.